If you have seen the short films from Netflix called Love, Death and Robots, then you'd know that there are quite a few giant monsters and Lovecraftian entities as well. So here in this video we will list down the 3 cosmic horror monsters in it. But before that, please subscribe to 2 new channels that we have started. One is going to be focusing on prehistoric animals, and it's called MindQspace. And the other is brand new and it needs urgent support from you guys, our family. It will be showcasing content based on sci-fi tech, real-life technology, robotics and AI. And it's called Nutbug. So support us, fam. Now let's get to the monster content. The first one, Greta. The first one is seen in the episode called Beyond the Aquila Rift. First seen as a friend of the main character traveling across space, sharing a romantic relationship with, she would later reveal her true form. Taken straight from a Lovecraftian sort of story, Greta, the monstrous entity, isn't actually a woman, but a creature that, when submerged in the dark, vaguely resembles the shape of a human female. When in the dark, her thorax resembles a human head, her actual head resembles a woman's bust, and her limbs have the general shape of that of human limbs. Her real form has a striking resemblance to an insect around 10 to 15 feet tall. She has 6 legs in total, plus 4 more on her belly that allow her to walk on the hive ceilings. She has more than 50 eyeballs on her head, and her mouth is a simple open-mouthed leech. She is bathed in slimy liquids that is pouring constantly. It may be the stuff that makes up the hive's web. She can communicate through telepathy and can entrance a person into a hypnotic state for a long time, kinda locked in a space-age matrix, a sort of mind control. The victim, thinking he's quite okay, is actually being drained of life slowly by slowly over a long period of time. Greta is a creature of nightmares indeed. The second one, the Queen of the Swarm. This monster is seen in Season 3's episode called Swarm. It starts with a couple of scientists studying the workings of a strange and ancient alien swarm entity. They first get quite good footsteps in learning about the ins and outs of the alien swarm, with the entity treating them as being benign, or at least a neutral symbiotic species that lives with its superorganism body. They then learn about the many castes of the swarm and other parasitic and symbiotic aliens. But soon all this comes to a bloody end, with the swarm detecting their intentions and creating a new intelligence caste to push them and the entirety of humanity as well, just as it has with countless alien species in the past. The Queen of the Swarm, which is a brain-like entity in the middle of the hive, is around 30 feet in size. It controls a hive that has existed for millions of years, unbroken and unbound. The Queen resembles a giant human brain with tendrils and tentacles tethered to the surrounding hive. It controls millions of workers of many different castes and is also able to duplicate a more capable clone army of any alien species that tends to do it harm, which would also include us humans. The female scientist acted as a conduit for it, conversing with the other male scientists, but at the price of the female, with her body being torn and her brain being taken over by the tendrils of the Queen. A bloody sight indeed, and the scene does vibe with a Lovecraftian theme. A theme that shows that humanity, are just a tiny insignificant speck in the vastness of time and space. And lastly, Cthulhu. And this one needs no reason as to why it's a cosmic horror monster, because it was a creation of H.P. Lovecraft himself and at the center of the entire Cthulhu mythos. It was seen in Season 3's In Vaulted Halls Entombed. At first, the story revolved around a group of special operations soldiers reconning and trying to eliminate a group of insurgents with hostages in the mountains of Afghanistan. But soon, as they pursue their enemies and the captured hostage, they came into contact with strange unknown creatures that were seemingly trying to fend off any human from entering the treacherous caverns. It became clear that near the end that these creatures were trying to prevent the release of the Great Old One, Cthulhu, the star spawn, the sleeper of Arlia. Cthulhu is portrayed as always, as a towering behemoth around 200 feet tall, with bat-like wings and 4 flaying tentacles in front of his mouth. His head is barren, with the exception of numerous yellow, glowing eyes. He has the power to take over minds, drive people insane, mad, and bending them to his will. He takes over the mind of the leader of the Spec Ops group and beckons him with a mind call. Harper, another soldier, a female soldier, manages to break free from the trance and sees the true intentions of the beast, which is to break free from the chains and destroy, kill, mutilate every living being in the world. So after a tough fight, she seemingly defeated the leader of the Spec Ops group and had to rip out her eyes in order to stay alive and escape. But then the fate of Cthulhu was left unknown. Whether he escaped or is still trapped is up to you to decide. Anyway, with that we come to the end of it, so tell us what you think. Do hit that like button for support, subscribe, as well as smash that bell icon for regular updates on new videos on this channel. Till the next one, take care fam.